I met Jared face to face for the first time at our church, Flood Church. We had a leadership conference, and so I met him there. But I heard of Jared a year prior through my friend Jessica. She had told me about this photographer guy that she thought I should meet, and I actually didn't even know his name, but I told her no, I wasn't into setups, and she said, oh, okay, that's fine. And then I ended up meeting him a year later.
Sarah and I met at a church conference on a Thursday, and I just saw her for a couple minutes and met her really quickly. And
I was with a group of girls, and I guess he was with some of his guy friends or whatnot, and one of my friends knew one of his friends, so then they started talking, and we all just started talking in a group, and so that's when I met him, was just like that.
She was really cute, didn't get to know her very well, but saw her again the next night on Friday night and got to hang out and talk with her more, and one thing led to another, and by the end of the weekend I think we'd exchanged numbers, and yeah, that was that. It was really cool.
The next day he called me and asked me out on a date, and I said yes.
She's really cute, obviously.
I was definitely attracted to Jared and still am. I think he's very handsome, so that was in there from the very beginning.
It was one of those things where it was just really natural and really easy.
I mean, I was the one who initiated phone numbers, so I was very interested in hanging out with him, getting to know him, who he was, what he was all about. So I got his phone number, and then I was so excited that he called me and just said, I want to take you out. And I said, okay. So yeah, I was really excited about that.
After the first date, I pretty much knew that we were going to be dating for a long time. And because we had talked a lot during the week leading up to the date, because for some reason she wouldn't go out on a date with me for a week or so. She scheduled it so far out. It's kind of weird. But we talked on the phone leading up to it a bunch, and I pretty much knew after the first date that this is going to be something really serious and really cool, and just kept my fingers crossed I wouldn't mess it up.
He picked me up, and we went to Petco Park and watched the baseball game on the grass field.
I spent all day making this meal that turned out to be pretty good. And we just hung out there and talked and didn't really pay attention to the game at all.
And after the game was over, he gave me a couple of options of where to go next, and I chose to go to the coffee shop, and so we ended up just talking for hours at the coffee shop.
I almost missed the trolley back, it was so late.
We were looking forward to meeting him, so
yes,
we wanted to find out about him.
At a monster truck rally. It was very loud, very noisy, and he hadn't shaved for 2 weeks. We were still impressed a little bit. Jared, we're always trying to figure out him. He's constantly leaving the country.
When you meet kids that bring home boyfriends or girlfriends, they're usually pretty nervous, and oftentimes they're either usually very quiet or very talkative. And Sara just seemed at home and like we had met before. So she.
Right, yeah. Jared came to visit us for the first time by coming to a dinner. I really can't remember if there was a special occasion or not, but we were happy to have him come over so we can get a chance to meet this young man that Sara all of a sudden was showing quite an interest in. And so we wanted to check him out. It was a fun time. So he fit right in right away.
He passed the test?
He passed the test.
We like everything about her.
She's a very impressive young woman.
She's a very, as you say, very impressive. She's very impressive from all kinds of skills and manners and all that, but then she's also a very likable person, very engaging,
very
easy to talk to. She's very thoughtful,
very considerate.
And that'll contrast real well with Jared.
Nothing gets her down. She's incredibly hardworking, incredibly driven. She's extremely giving, extremely loyal. She's so caring, and I think just such a genuine person. You don't get anything fake out of her.
He's just adventurous. He just sees outside of the box, and he sees down the road, and he will pull these ideas out and just put them out there, and I just love that energy about him.
We have an understanding about how things work and how we'll always be able to work things out with each other, and that's kind of I guess we have the same focuses, the same goals, the same drive, same commitment to, to God and family and friends and that sort of thing. It all really lines up well.
One of the things that really strikes me about Jared is his integrity with business, with friendships, with making his yeses yes and his no's no's.
5 minutes before she comes down the aisle, I don't know, probably first thought is thank God the wedding's finally here. But I don't know, probably a little nervous, but really excited just to finally start that next chapter, Really excited about that.
How do you think she'll feel?
She'll probably be freaking out.
I will probably feel like I'm going to be sick.
Hopefully she'll make it down the aisle.
I just do not like being the center of attention for walking down the aisle, and people have told me that I actually will get into a zone and it'll be okay and I'm not going to be thinking about everybody who's looking at me, but right now I feel like I'm going to just be like really nervous, and then right as I'm walking down the aisle I will be calm. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen.